Welcome to Max Level EDC. My name is Dominic, and today is going to be a discovery day. So I bought a whole bunch of these universal, quote unquote, universal Fisher inserts. Now these are pressurized. They write on all different types of surfaces, underwater, and so on. So they're really, really cool. But what I can't figure out is what do these actually fit in, being that they're universal. So this is going to be a video of exploration. We're going to try a bunch of different pens that I actually have and have a little fun in the process. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I have three unpacked universal refills from Fisher. So the first one here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to break it off at the shortest point. So I think it's just a simple snap, which it is, which is very easy. So there you go. There's our shortest version. We're going to snap the next one at the second position right here. And then we're going to leave the other one as is. So hopefully we can use these to then determine, which ones fit and which ones don't. So we're going to start off with some pens from Big Idea Designs. So we have that one. We have this little short one here. We have, oh wait, I got my current setup, which is using a Tale of Knives Jax T and the Mini Click pen, which we'll talk about all of these. And I think that's it. That's a pretty good combination, because all of their larger pens that have the self-adjusting, they're not going to be applicable here, but we may as well just pull them out. This is actually one of my favorite pens currently. It is set up with a friction insert, so it's an erasable ink. But love these double click pens and the fact that they are so universal. I don't think that's going to be necessary for this test, because these this will actually fit the larger insert. In fact, I went ahead and grabbed a Fisher pen so we can actually show you what I'm talking about. So the other insert that they make looks like this. They actually make a couple of different types. This is one of the other types, and this type is also one of their refills, just been rebranded with Right in the Rain, but it's the same thing. So that will actually fit into the larger Big Idea Designs pens, but not many inserts are available for the smaller ones. Let's go ahead and test to see if we can actually get it working with this. So the first thing I need to do is pull this out. Holy moly, that's in there for real. It is seriously in there. Okay, we may have to go with the pliers. It's not ideal. I don't like doing that, because I could crimp the I could crimp it by accident, but I'm going to grab it down just where it's connecting. So, okay, good. All right, it's longer than I thought. That's a good thing. And lo and behold, they are practically identical, but because this is a screw-in, I don't think it's going to actually matter too much. Let's see if it actually fits from a dimension standpoint. It does. So this will fit, I am hoping. Is there a spring? Yeah, it is in there. There we go. Uh-oh, what just happened? Oh, it's some little magic that's going on here. It's pretty interesting. So I'm gonna put that all the way in, and now it's working. It's just because the friction on this isn't as high, so it's grabbing at the tip, but it does seem to work. Let's go ahead and test that on a piece of paper here. Good deal. So the first one is a success. So this is one of their ultra small pens. It's literally just long enough to reach into my my hand so that I can write properly. I think when it's just the two fingers, it's not really a pen. So that's cool. That actually worked. Good to know. So this one goes all the way back in. So if you did need to replace inserts, you can use the Fisher Universals. Awesome. So that's a plus. We're going to put this over here in the yes pile. The next one I want to check out is one I like a little bit better for sure, and that is the small titanium click pen. Now I do prefer the stonewash finish personally, but I gotta admit this is quite nice. And this has a very similar insert to that one. Well, I shouldn't say similar. You can see it's quite a bit different in the body, but what I'm hoping is it's similar in length, because I think I can jerry rig it. Yeah, wow, okay, dead on. So, give me 1 second, I need to get some tape, and I think we can actually make this work. Now, in the interest of time, I'm gonna use this double-sided tape because it has some real thickness to it. But reality-wise, is if I was doing this permanently, I would use duct tape or something along those lines. I also want to take this off because we're going to use it again to test additional pens. So basically what I want to do is I'll start it right at the same point, which is right there, give or take. And then I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping it. I don't think I need to do much wrapping at all because it's such thick tape. There we go. That's probably good enough. Just enough to engage that spring. I'm going to wrap it around. And there we go. Now I'm going to try it first without having to, this may or may not work. I may have to get out the regular tape because it's not really meant to be rolled like this. But it will let us know whether we did it right. So that's it. We're just going to stop there because I just want to see if we can make it work. And then we'll go from there. So this goes on there just like that. And then what I'll do is if this works, I'll go ahead and I will do a permanent version to showcase, because this actually would be a better insert than the one that comes with it, I think. So I don't think I quite had the length correct. Or maybe that's just the length of the insert. I actually kind of like how it works, but seems to be working just fine. So you can make the universal Fisher insert work. When we are done here, I'm actually going to do, you know what, I'll do it now. All right, so what I went ahead and did is I took some electrical tape, which is a great tape if you're trying to make something really tight, like really, really tight passes. It's also very slippery, so the outer shell won't grab as much on the inside of the metal, which is good. And that is going to be very, very similar to this one. Now I put the put the tape down a little bit lower than I should have, but it shouldn't do anything other than make it a little bit harder to press, which actually I prefer, which is why I'm doing it. So it should still compress just fine and function. So let's go ahead and try that in the shell. And the cool thing is you can see, maybe you can't, but it's just a flat surface in the back. So easy enough. All of the mechanics of the double button design are on the other side of that flat end. So let's go ahead and do that. Ooh, and it's actually a little bit firmer, and I like that a lot. So that is a absolute 100% confirmation working pen with the universal inserts. So that's two nice so far. Awesome. And this is something that I would have trouble replacing, so I'm really thankful that this actually works. I think, oh wait, ha, okay, one second, I want to try something. I have a feeling that I may have made it more complicated than necessary. Lessons learned. I think if this goes all the way through, now I don't know why I'm having trouble. It might be a different diameter, honestly. I'm not going to force it just yet. So maybe I did have to do that, but this works with a different set of inserts maybe that are slightly different diameter. So even if it doesn't fit, don't get discouraged. You can use the tape. So there you go, boom. And that's easy enough. So if you do lose this, it's also nice to know you can jerry rig it, no problem. So that's a win, I think, pretty much. All right, now let's move on to some other pen options. So the other thing I'd really, and I think this is going to take a lot of work, I would very much like to get a Pokka Pen working with one of these inserts and not one of the proprietary ones. So they do make Right in the Rain. Let's see if Right in the Rain has collaborated with both Fisher and Pokka Pen to make this. This is the Right in the Rain pen, okay? And it does have a pressurized insert. The problem with it, let me show you, is that this is a very specialized insert. And it doesn't, well, that one's not coming out that way, is it? Interesting. So this is a very, ooh, hello. So you can see it's a very, very small insert that works with this system. And this is not something that's supposed to be easily replaceable. But what's interesting, now that I'm looking at this now, I wonder if I can use this system. I think I can. I think, now right now that's the total length, right? I think that if I shorten this and put something to stop it down below, oh, sorry, so you're not seeing it in the frame. I think that if I shorten this piece by a given amount, I'm going to need a Sharpie here for a sec. I think I can make this work with the universal insert and a piece of tape. Let's go ahead and try that. So we're gonna be messing this up on camera. It's a good thing I have a second one of these pens. But so what I want to do is I'm gonna go ahead and just mark where that's located, right at the end there. All right. Hopefully I don't mess that up. Now that's how much of this piece of plastic I need to cut off. So I need to cut off that much, give or take. Now I'm going to take a file. There's the file. There's the file. I'm going to file that down and give it flat. Hold it. Should be good enough. Yeah, that's all we need. Sorry to interject. So, of course, after I make the video, I was able to modify it. It wasn't pretty, but I can make the Right in the Rain variant of the Pokka Pen possible to be used with the universal insert. So what I did is I drilled out the end, and you can't pull this out, by the way. It's all one piece, and that's what I mangled it thinking I could pull it out. Don't worry about that. You're going to need a 3/32 of an inch drill bit, and you don't have to put any tape on this or anything like that. You're just going to push that all the way in, and then with that appropriate length like we did earlier, just push that in, and it doesn't come out the front, and you're good to go. Now we have our Right in the Rain variant using a universal insert. So it is possible, and pretty happy with that here. So let's go ahead and move on. And I'm going to need another one of these, it appears. It's a good thing I got 6. We're using up that short length a lot. Now, one thing I'm pretty sure 100% it will work with is the Skilcraft Aviator B3, my favorite multi-pen. So this has 3 different colors. It has red, black, and pencil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that out, and this should just be just a strict drop in. So easy enough, just drop that in, and you're good to go. See, I could find the hole. That's what she said. I know, everyone's saying it right now. Anyway, so there you go, and that should work just fine. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Hold on a second. Well, that seems longer. Why is it just not going in all the way? I wonder if these are different diameters. They certainly feel, this definitely feels a little bit thicker, but it's so minor. Like, it's really not a big distance. Like, I could probably force it in, but I think then it won't accept the other one anymore. All right, let me try, before we do that, let me try this one. This is the 4-in-1 from Bic. and I think it's going to be too long, but it will work with a different universal. I know it's a little bit haphazard the way we're doing this, but let's take a look at this one. So this is also a little bit shorter, even but the full length. I'm not even sure that's going to work. Let's go ahead and try it. And it doesn't stay in either. So that's a no. It's a hard no. Because it's not only shorter, which I think is the biggest problem, it's also the wrong dimension. So this is a really cool pen as well. This is the Bic 4-in-1, but the Pro version, which is all black. Love that. You can get a pack of 12 for these for like 15 bucks. Great, great budget pen. So that didn't work. So that's in the no pile for sure. And the next question in my mind is, will it work with a standard Pokka Pen? So the standard Pokka Pen, where's my pliers, is going to have a replaceable insert that you can get from, well, pretty much any Bic pens. There's tons of different types of pens that use these types of inserts. They're very easy to find, right? This is very easy to replace. But I would love to know if I can make this work. And I think I can, but it's going to require quite a bit of work. I think what I have to do is I'll have to modify this piece of plastic to be, well, like I said, it's going to be a messy mod, and I don't necessarily have the ability to do that in this space. But I believe I could make this work using this piece of plastic. I think I could get this tip in there. It might require gluing, but I think I could definitely do a universal insert. And that may be the solution to making the proper pen, okay? Conversely, I think that the Right in the Ring variant could be the better solution, just because there's no ink with this tube. I just have to make it wider, which I could probably do with the proper size drill bit, just kind of running it through very slowly by hand. So yeah, I think that one way or another, I'm going to find a way to get this universal insert into a Pokka Pen. It's worth it to me because it's the pen I tend to carry pretty much all the time. The other pen that I'm going to try while we're here is the Fenix T6. So this is a brand new multifunctional pen from Fenix, and it's really quite cool. It's actually a flashlight as well as a pen. And it's actually got decent waterproofing, unlike some of the other competitors out there. And its insert, its pen insert, is relatively standard, and I like that. But I think it's standard because, not because of the screw mount, but just because it's using a standardized length. So this length, which is equivalent to a little bit longer than that. So, I mean, I could probably stick something on top and probably make it work. In fact, give me a second. I'm going to jerry-rig something with some electrical tape on this one, and you don't need to watch it. Let me just go ahead and try that. Okay, so what I've done is I've just gone ahead and wrapped some electrical tape all the way onto the pen. You can see where it's transitioning, and then there's some part that's off. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to trim the back part of this with some scissors. Hold on. With some scissors to equate to the length of this piece. So it's a little bit longer. Take that, line them up. And I want about, yay, and I'm actually going to err on the side of a little bit longer because it's going to compress slightly, give or take. And that should be able to let me use this and this. So we'll use this piece right here with the spring in there, like so. And then we'll screw that in. Uh-oh. I might have made it too wide. I did. So I'm gonna have to undo some layers here. Okay, so there we go. Let's try that now. See if that fits inside the hole, and it does. Perfect. So let's go ahead and try this one more time. Okay, so I may have made it a little bit long, but it's working. So let's go ahead and quickly fix that. I just have to shorten it with the scissors slightly. There we go. Let's try that again. I'm telling you, man, electrical tape and duct tape. Greatest things ever. Okay. So it's tightened all the way. Boom. So that's a yes. Good stuff. So we can make that work. So there's 3 that we've learned to use with the universal insert. Let's see what else we can make work. The other one I want to try is this one. So these are micro pens from Olight, and they're calling it, it's the O Pen Mini. They were giving these away for free in various different sales they have. So they have a black, an orange, a blue, and they also have a green one, which I don't own, but we'll just play with the black. So these have inserts that are quote unquote, you know, proprietary, but they're pretty similar to other inserts. In fact, I quickly just wanted to check something that's a little too long. I don't see why I can't use one of these style inserts, maybe with the middle length. No, I see it's a weird length, unfortunately. So I may struggle with this one more than I will others, and as of right now, I'm gonna say this is a no. This is not something that you can easily modify, which is unfortunate. So go ahead and put that in the no pile. And then what other ones we got here? We got one of these. This is the Zebra F301. So this has got a gel style insert and is exactly the proper length for that middle sized. Yeah, so I'm gonna say it's gonna be I'm not gonna break this one off and do this, but you will be able to, with duct tape, to modify this. I can tell you right now, because the lengths are appropriate, you'll be able to do that. So that's great. So this little compact, I think these are $2 or $3. Yeah, definitely be able to do these, and that'll work. Rock on. We're not done yet. There's more. Like I said, this is an exploratory video, so that's a yes over here. We also have the bigger brother, one of my favorite budget pens ever, the F701. I mean, my gosh. I mean, this has been all over the place. This is a everyday carry staple. But will the inserts work? And it's exactly the right length. Well, it's a little bit shorter, just a slight bit shorter than the full-sized insert. But the cool thing here is all I have to do is put a piece of tape right there, and it should work. It'll stick out a little bit more than the original. You know what? We're going to go ahead and do that. Give me 1 second. Easy enough. Just a piece of tape to equate to that little stopping point that you have on there. So I can switch over the springs. Stick that in there, like so. And hopefully this shouldn't be too long. That's the only thing I'm worried about. So it's not sticking out. Oh, it's so close though. You know, it kind of is, isn't it? Yeah, it kind of is. That's a problem. So here's the cool part. Here's the cool part. So this is just solid brass. It's just solid brass. So in theory, I should be able to just, without launching this into my eye. Oh, I think I broke it. No. No. Okay, so you have to do that somehow without breaking off the piece. But yes, it would probably still work. You'd have to somehow shorten that very carefully. Right now it's going to be too short, so I'll have to try that again. But my guess is that you can definitely do it. You're just going to have to be very careful when removing those pieces of brass, right? So just do it very carefully, and yeah, you should be able to make it work. Okay, so I'm going to actually say there's a yes on this. I think that it could work, and I'm going to go ahead and say yes to this one. This is the Zebra F701. So it definitely works on this. It's just going to require a little bit more effort to keep it from snapping on you. Okay, so we're pretty close there. The only thing that I am surprised about is that it does not fit the Skilcraft Aviator B3. I really feel like it should, right? It really should. But for some reason, it's not going into that slot. And I worry, I'm not going to try to like jam it in there right now. I'll have to play with it at a later time, but it feels like it should work, right? Unfortunately, at the moment it's a no, right? It's not one that I would recommend. So what we have over here is we have, just a recap for those who wanted to know, the F301 definitely will work. The Big Idea Designs mini click, and probably the bolt action as well. I don't have it, but I'm sure it will work. The Fenix T6 seems to work. The F701 will work, but just be very careful when you try to do it. And the mini EDC pen from Big Idea Designs, all of which worked very, very well. So this is a really interesting little experiment, and I do think that I will be able to create some kind of Pokka Pen, version. Now this is the insert it's currently using. I think I can make it work. It's just going to take a little bit more time to kind of figure out and nail down. I don't have that time in this video. So let me know, was this an interesting video for you guys? Or would you rather have me do something a little bit more prepared, less organic? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for your time, and we'll talk again soon.